Well, hello, good folks of YouTube, and welcome back to some Monday Night Raw here in this WWE Universe Mode. We are on the road to the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, and this episode of Monday Night Raw is coming to you from Boston, Massachusetts, and a stacked show is exactly what we're having. And a stacked show, of course, it gotta kick off with none other than the Balor Club themselves: Finn Balor, Luke Gallows, and Carl Anderson. And it was previous week that Carl Anderson managed to pick up a win over Cesaro, of course with good help from this man you're seeing on the screen right now. And we also learned last week that Finn Balor will have a match against Cesaro at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view for the Universal Championship, a rematch from Backlash. How that is going to fare, I don't know yet. Cesaro, I hope you feel lucky, since your words moved me ever so deeply last week. I decided not to utterly annihilate you. Think of it as an act of my goodwill and the shred of respect I have left for you. But that all ends next Sunday, when the last drop of respect and remorse is turned into fuel from my beatdown of you. You should feel lucky if you can even walk after I'm done with you. Speaking of next Sunday, that's really the reason why we're here. Because as of this very moment, Balor Club is in the match, both Carl and Luke. Yeah, because having the suitcase in the club means that when Finn ends the career of Cesaro, no one can sneak up on a battered and bruised man. With a briefcase in the family, there will be no cash-in as long as Finn holds our possession. And when the two of us are in the same ring together, there's not a single person, duo or group that stands a chance. Guys, I think you need to calm your egos for just 1 second. You see that goodwill you're talking about, Finn? It's not there. Attacking a man's opponent is not something that I will stand for on my show. Also, Luke, you were saying that when you stand united, no single person could break you? No single person can stand in your way? Well, you are looking at the one person that can and will end you if I have to. As long as I'm standing and has a voice, all business goes through me. All decisions go through me. So as far as I can tell, not a single one of you goons are getting into that match. I really do like you, Rock. You have always been an inspiration to me and taught me so much through the years. But it looks like you're just like anyone else here. I've worked for far too long and worked far too hard to get an ounce of respect. And has anyone given it to me yet? As I see it, all my hard work has been for nothing. So I'm sick and tired of people like you pushing me down into the muds again. I will create my own respect, and I will create respect for the rest of the club. So choose your next words with extreme care, because you are standing on paper thin ice. Shut your mouth and know your role. If you think that you can talk that way to your general manager, you haven't learned anything from me throughout the years. Trust me when I say that respect and fear are not one and the same. You had people's respect before. You had moments to rule the world, but you squandered them, and that's on you. The person you have become and the group you're leading, that is what lost you all respect. And fear only get you so far. So if you have no good argument for your friends getting into the match, then we're done here. Just think about it, Rocky. You are standing in the presence of the most dominating group since the evolution. Think of the power you would have if you had one free, no strings attached favor to ask us, no matter how big or small, and we would oblige, no questions asked. All we ask is that you scratch our back, and in return, we will scratch yours. See, Finn, a civilized conversation brings much more fruition than your systematic attacks. One favor at any time, any place. Yeah, I accept. But I still only gets one person into the match. But I will set up a qualifying match for the other. And if you guys thinking about that interfering behind the referee's back, no one gets into the match. I will watch. I'll decide. And that match is happening right now. Ho ho! What kind of favors are we talking about here? This just adds another element to this show. What are we in store for? I don't know. But what I do know is that Kevin Owens once again has to defend his spot in that Money in the Bank ladder match. And this is by far the hardest challenge he has faced to this date. He's about to face a member of Balor Club. A dangerous group. And with the pack mentality they have and with the people at ringside, Owens has to go out running, and that's exactly what he does. He had to defend against Roman Reigns last week, and now against Luke Gallows. Big boot to the side of the head. Owens now going outside. He senses the danger. He goes after every one of them. He knows that what he has to do. He has to take them all out in order to get Gallows. But this could cause up too much of a distraction. I don't know if this is the right idea, but he gets in there. Luke Gallows not being able to do anything, but of course his long legs helping him tremendously to get into the bottom rope. Oh, and that roundhouse kick. Gallows could be out. This could be it right here. Lights out. One. Oh, just a 1 count. It wouldn't have surprised me if that was the shot that took lights out from Kevin Owens. Right now, Owens mounting back. Owens has been going full steam ahead, exactly what he needs to do in order to keep his spot in the match. And of course, as you heard the Rock say in his promo, if the Balor Club interferes behind the referee's back, so if they do anything, the referee called for the disqualification, nothing's happened because, well, then Kevin Owens wins by disqualification. Or if they do some underhanded tactics in order to get Gallows in the match, The Rock's gonna have a major problem using too much time. Gallows sidesteps and a tremendous elbow brings Owens up and side slams him down. This is exactly what you can't do. You can't afford to make any mistakes when you have Gallows in the ring. He's so big and so strong and so nimble for a guy his size that if you are not careful, he will say lights out in a split second. Brings Owens around again and side suplex. Right on the top part of his neck. Just wearing him down, stalking his prey. That is a scene. Gallows in the ring surrounded by Anderson and Balor. But Kevin Owens managed to get his foot, shift his weight, shift Gallows over the top. I don't know, the fans in this seems to be pretty split. I mean, both of them use underhanded tactics to win. Both of them is usually pretty despised by the fans, but in this moment, people are taking a liking to Balor Club and their ruthlessness and go get it attitude. But of course, Owens, they feel like he is being undermined. He has to defend this spot day in and day out. And yes, he didn't like earn his spot to get in the match, just said he was. But since then, he has defended it against the best this business has to offer. So, in my eyes, Owens is the most deserving guy in the Money in the Bank ladder match. I think a lot of people seems that way, and that's spinning powerbomb. Like, he spun around Luke Gallows. I don't think I've ever seen something like that. Looked like Gallows was getting hit in a powerbomb. But Owens counters with his own sit-up powerbomb, and that was close to being free. That would have been a shock ending to this entire ordeal. And the strength as well, being able to pick up the bigger man in Luke Gallows. Both Anderson and Finn looking on from the outside, looking a bit distressed. And like what they're seeing here, like Owens has been on a mission. He has been full steam ahead from the get-go, and with a DDT from the top rope, draping DDT. He's nearing the end. He's definitely nearing the end. As you see, Carl Anderson getting the attention of Kevin Owens, and that, of course, when you have the people on the outside, that's all you need in order to get control again. Snake eyes on the top turnbuckle. And now it's Luke Gallows' time to shine. Brings him up and slams him down. An effective maneuver when used on from a big guy like that. You saw Braun Strowman do it the last SmackDown episode, and you see Luke Gallows doing it now, kick into the midsection as well. And that super kick, almost like a roundhouse super kick. Like his foot was like, looked like it hit him in the back of the head. So that was a super kick, roundhouse kick. And that's something impressive, and brings him up and slams him down. And a couple more maneuvers like that, and this match could be over in a heartbeat. On the outside now, all after that distraction from Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows has been in full control, and Kevin Owens' spot in the Money in the Bank is in jeopardy. And I must say, if both guys from Balor Club gets into the match together, if both of them are there, I can almost guarantee that one of them are leaving with that briefcase. Doesn't matter whom, because if one climbs, the other can stand guard. Because if there's one thing that's for sure certain, that is that the title is staying in the family no matter what. Doesn't matter who has the briefcase, because the guy having the briefcase will not cash in. And Owens' dream almost going up in smoke, but got a shoulder up in the nick of time. Because as you know, for the one thing that means anything to these three is their pack mentality. That they are one unison. Oh, missing with a super kick in the nick of time. Gallows was falling a bit down, dodging the super kick, but doesn't dodge the second. That was too many D's for me to keep control of. I'm sorry for stumbling my words a bit. And kick into the midsection. Pop-up powerbomb incoming. Connect. And it's all over the pop. Up. Powerbomb 2. And oh my god, Finn Balor. That's cause for the disqualification. The referee's calling for the bell. Sling blade on Kevin Owens. And a stomp to the midsection. And like I said, the referee sees this, it's a disqualification. No man is out of the Money in the Bank except Gallows, you know, because well, he lost by disqualification, and now the pack mentality goes full on Kevin Owens. He had the match won with that pop-up powerbomb. You ain't kicking out of that one. But now Carl Anderson taking him out. Gallows has taken him out. Owens is so dazed. Owens just doesn't know where he's at. He's just hitting thin air. And Gallows, too sweet in the corner. And you know how they're gonna finish this off. Up on the shoulders he goes. And Magic Killer. Thanks for calling Owens. This is exactly the most dangerous group since the Evolution. Since the Shield, the most dangerous group I think we've ever seen here in the WWE is exactly these guys. And Finn Balor now in there doing some extra damage, and he's up on the top rope. You know what's coming now. He's in the driver's seat, and he stomps him through the heart. Coup de grace. Thanks for coming, Owens. You're still in a match, but you still have Carl Anderson to deal with in that matchup. Tossing him out of the ring. This is the Balor Club's ring. Get out of him. Get out of here. I must say, this group is getting more and more impressive, more and more dangerous each and every single time I see them. And if Carl Anderson gets a hold of that briefcase, and if Cesaro managed to survive the onslaught that is heading his way at Money in the Bank, I fear if title is coming home to them no matter what. And speaking of Cesaro, he's backstage talking to Chad Gable. I don't know what they're talking about. We don't have any microphones in the back, but it looks like there's a deal going on over here. Cesaro and Chad Gable. Huh. I guess we'll have to wait for later to see what's actually going on between them. But right here, right now, we're actually in store for a women's title match. Because Becky Lynch, she can't wait. She's defending against anyone that wants to step up. Even though Alexa Bliss issued a challenge last week for Money in the Bank, Becky said in an interview with me that, hey, that's still a couple of weeks away. I need opponents right now. I want to make the first run with this belt the most prestigious belt reign you've ever seen. And that's what she's doing, because she's putting it on the line. Another open challenge from the last kicker herself. Becky Balboa is about to go one-on-one with the Queen of Hearts, Natalya. An industry veteran, of course. She has had her ups, she has had her downs in her career, and now she's about to go into one of the toughest matches of her life. I would say one of the most important. Just done a lot here in this Universe Mode, but a win over Becky Lynch and becoming the women's champion right before the pay-per-view, effectively making that match a triple threat. Well, that will really put her back on the charts as one of the greatest of all time. But as you can see, the focused look in Becky Lynch's eyes, they are piercing through Natalya. She hasn't taken her eyes off of her this entire time. And straight fire is coming for Natalya. This is her third defense, I would say. Yeah, that was the fatal four-way where she defended it the first time, and she has also defended against Alicia Fox and now Natalya. I think I'm forgetting someone, but I don't remember. I don't quite remember. But right now it's just a stare down. Natalya and Becky Lynch trash talking a bit before they're going into the collar and elbow tie up. Becky Lynch getting the first advantage, bringing Natalya into the corner. I'm gonna see a clean break. Clean break. Both of these guys, a student of the sport, just wanting what's best for the industry, and that's clean wrestling. And now another collar and elbow tie up. Becky Lynch again getting the upper hand, going behind. Nice takedown right there, and now into the headlock and just a smack. Of course, Becky Lynch, I don't think she's entirely focused on Natalya. She has Alexa Bliss in the future, we know that. Alexa Bliss is a fierce competitor. But if there's one superstar here on Monday Night Raw's roster that is able to switch their brain off and do what's best and just focus on an opponent, is what I'm trying to say, it is Becky Lynch. Especially when it's her baby, the Raw Women's Championship that's on the line. And then you know she's just focused as all hell. And Natalya, what a forearm, that rocks Becky down to her core. Down on one knee is Becky Lynch after that knee, and now starts targeting the leg, of course, setting up for the sharpshooter. of course, as a submission targeting both legs and the lower back. So she has to attack both of them and with a stomp to the midsection. But I don't think I need to tell you about Natalia's game plan. It's been honed and crafted for so many years. She knows exactly what she's doing in the ring. Like I said, a veteran of the sport, and now has Becky on the outside, but not for long because the standing suplex inside. That was an impressive show of strength. Just picking her up, throwing her down like it was nothing. And deep arm drag from Becky Lynch. She's just been back and forth this entire match. I wouldn't expect nothing less from these two amazing competitors. And now going into the sleeper hold, this could be lights out for Natalya any second. Becky Lynch has that in tight, but the strength of Natalya and the technical prowess of Natalya managing to roll through of that is very impressive. And now hits her with some chops and some forearms, and into the corner Becky Lynch goes, and you don't want to be there because Natalya, she can do a little bit of high risk maneuvers, and with an elevated tornado DDT, that is the way to go to get her down. But she don't stay down for long, trying to go for that flying crossbody, misses, and got met with a straight right. Down goes Becky Lynch. Becky Balboa almost knocked out cold with that. I will take a quick break in that matchup, because earlier tonight there was also some women action. Bayley and Sasha Banks taking on Tamina and Nia Jax, two lovable baby faces with the most connection with the fans I think I've ever seen, and two Samoan powerhouses that loves nothing more than to cause carnage and destruction. And you can see Bayley managing to Hurricane Rana, the bigger woman in Nia Jax, without any problems. Nia Jax will eventually get the upper hand and just show off her strength, being able to gorilla press Sasha Banks like she weighed nothing. And when you get mapped with these leg drops like this, it could be lights out. The tree trunks legs, so powerful, so muscular. And I don't know how, but Sasha managed to get the shoulder up in the nick of time, only getting a 2 count out of that. And also the referee being knocked down there, you see. Everyone got the collateral damage in this matchup. It doesn't matter because Tamina got in and a double backdrop. I don't know how the referee saw Tamina and how that was a legal tag, but I guess he just heard it. It was laying close to the corner, so I don't call any too much question around it. Just stuff that happens. And Sasha Banks, in the end, managed to mount a little bit of a comeback, and with a roundhouse kick and Tamina going down. That's exactly how you would do it to keep a bigger Samoan down. Just target, either give him a concussion or break their legs. That's the only way to do it. And with a straight right, Sasha Banks was really dazed. Straight right, and Tamina using too much time showboating, making Sasha able to go and get the hot tag into Bayley. And Bayley just went full steam ahead from the get-go. Eventually Sasha Banks got back inside, and Tamina would feel the wrath of Sasha as she mounted a comeback offense. And in the end, spin her around, neck breaker. And 1, a 2, and a 3. The neck breaker would be enough to make Bayley and Sasha Banks get the victory in this tag team match. Of course, both of these guys jockeying for momentum to eventually perhaps get a match with Becky Balboa for her title. And as we get back and talking about Nia Jax's leg drop, a thing of beauty is Becky Lynch's. 2 of them, first a normal, then a spinning one to count it all off. And dropping a forearm as well into the head of Natalya. Because if there's one thing you can't do, is count off either Natalya or Becky Lynch at this very moment. It's been really back and forth. In the break as well, it just got back and forth momentum. All the time, Becky Lynch just got back in the driver's seat as we got back.
was saying, when you rank that high, you have to feel good about yourself. Now, let's see if that
this entire field of women is just something else. Since the women are only on one brand, every match you have is really important. It just tells you how good you are and really sets you up for a title shot. I think there's only one belt as well to fight for. You really want to make the most out of your situation, and to do that you have to be fierce, you have to be powerful, and you have to attack everyone and win every match. I don't know what I'm rambling on about. I'm sorry, I just lost my train of thought a bit. All I know is that Natalya is back in the driver's seat, slamming Becky Lynch down and dropping a leg drop of her own. If there's one thing these ladies can, and that is dropping these leg drops. They are a thing of beauty, every single one of them. And it doesn't stop there, because now the submission maneuver is going in, trying to bend her over backwards, this could cause the tap out from Becky Lynch here. Is the title in jeopardy? Natalya closing in on a victory, but no. Managed to jump through, doing a crossbody on the way out, but a right hand. Alright, start fra 23, 22, 3, 2, 1. And now spins around with a DDT. Counters again. This match has gone back and forth this entire time. I don't think there's any other thing to describe this with other than these guys know each other inside and out. Back suplex, beautiful tether up suplex right there. Referee again being knocked down. The referee has seen a lot of action tonight. And now Natalya into the corner, being met with a forearm of her own. And down she goes. Down she goes, being stomped on repeatedly. And now Becky, catching her breath a little bit, brings Natalya up and explode a suplex. But you can see that the wear and tear of this match is taking its toll. And as she slowly crawls over, getting back up to one knee, Natalya is also starting to stir. Now, looked like she's going for the disarm her, but Natalya with a wicked chop. I could feel that all the way from over here. And oh, Alexa Bliss again being called for disqualification. What is Alexa Bliss doing here? Stopping this wonderful match, sweeping the legs. This is uncalled for. No reason to be out there other than destroying a beautiful match out. Twisting Bliss. Again, twisting Bliss from the top. I cannot condone this. But I can see a reason. I can see a reason of why she interferes in a match, taking out Becky Lynch's opponent. I don't agree with it, but I can see it. I'm medically cleared after what Roman did to me at Backlash. And even though my ribs are still a bit bruised, I want my rightful spot in that match. You know it, the ones that's happening in 2 weeks. The Money in the Bank ladder match. Because with the most dominant man this brand has ever seen in that match, it is a given that the Lone Wolf will walk out victorious. I'm really sorry, Corbin. Had I known that you were cleared a bit earlier, I would gladly have given you the chance to qualify. But as the situation is sorted right now, I have no more spots in that match. So I'm sorry, from the bottom of my heart, there is nothing I can do for you at this moment. Well, Rock, you better find a way, or this show will know why they call me a wolf. things are happening so rapid fire here on this episode. I can't even talk about one thing before another thing happens. So let's dissect it, shall we? So Alexa Bliss talking smack about Becky. She is saying that since the title is defended so much, it loses credibility in that regards because none of the defenses are meaningful. While I can see that, I don't quite agree with that. And Baron Corbin threatening the general manager. There's been a lot of that in this episode. People want it their way, and if the general manager is gonna stand in their way, that causes for some problems. But nonetheless, we are here with a match between Cesaro and Randall Keith. Randall Keith, Universal Champion, hasn't gotten a great start to his title run. A loss to Carl Anderson and missing a week because of a minor injury caused in his match against Finn Balor at Backlash. But now he's here against another top competitor. This could main event any pay-per-view. And now they're just walking circles around each other into the collar elbow tie-up. No one given an inch here. Both so powerful. Possessing so much strength. It's going to be a clean break. Clean break. That's what we like to see from these competitors. And another time they go into it. Twist the arm. And just jockeying for position. Randy Orton getting the upper hand. Bringing Cesaro down to the ground. And just continue twisting around on the arm. Of course, Randy Orton at Backlash won that tremendous triple threat between himself, Baron Corbin, and Roman Reigns. And now it's just a stalemate in the middle. The one guy saying, punch me, and it punches him harder back. Just back and forth. Each guy's giving each other the best shot they got. Trying to dishearten the other one by not giving an inch. But with an uppercut, you go down no matter what. So after winning that match, of course, Randy got into the Money in the Bank match, so he's heading that way soon enough with a beautiful drop kick. And of course, if he wins this match against Cesaro, you just know that that's the boost of momentum and confidence he needs going into Money in the Bank. Winning that briefcase, knowing that he can pin the champion clean, or just on a one-on-one match, that gotta give you a lot of hope going into your next match. And again, this is just a slugfest at this moment. They're going back and forth with punches and elbows and forearms and whatnot. No one giving an inch here. And Cesaro now into the corner, flings him back in, and oh, gorilla press gutbuster. Now going in and attacking home. Oh, we know this thing. We heard it earlier. Balor Club is here, causing the distraction of Cesaro. But I can't see them. There is no one there. There they are. Snuck in from the back, giving Randy Orton the upper hand once again. And Snake Eyes on the top, also busting Cesaro open in the meantime. Brings him out to the outside and with a slingshot for extra attack. Of course, Finn Balor, as I said earlier, has a match against Cesaro at Money in the Bank. Luke Gallows did not manage to get into the Money in the Bank, but you saw there in the picture another competitor of Randy Orton next Sunday in Carl Anderson standing ringside. The whole of Balor Club is just standing out here, seeing as Randy now gets the upper hand and just continues with his systematic attack of him. And now, ooh, Olympic slam, almost like an angle slam there. Going into the pin. Is this going to be enough? Does he upset the champion? No, he gets his shoulder up at 1.5. And a hit to the back, and now that just angers Cesaro even more. He is firing back with some elbows and European uppercuts. You know, this dude can throw European uppercuts like there's no tomorrow. Dropping a knee as well. And now Cesaro has gotten a new blood Still no. Not giving an inch. And now brings him down. Crossface chicken wing. It's not chicken wing, it's just a crossface. I think, yeah. And now Randy Orton is in deep problem. Cesaro, sensing that the hold was slipping, releases him from it just to put him back into the camel clutch. Showing just how technically gifted he is. Submission move after submission move. Fluent transitions like there's no tomorrow. But Randy gets out of that one. And now hammers back with some fists of his own. Beautiful fist. Right to the side of the jaw. And Cesaro showing his agility as he backflips over that. I think it was a power slam attempt. And now a snap suplex. That hold on Cesaro's forehead is not looking good. That is dripping blood. And Cesaro now. Cesaro wants Randy to get up right in front of him, but he wants to send a message. Brings him down. Sharpshooter time. Is Randy going to tap out of this grueling hold? So much damage is done to the lower back here. You can just see the pain rinsing through the face of Randy Orton at this very second. And Cesaro just applying pressure. He has this synced in deep. Is there any escape for Randy Orton at all? The referee is there constantly asking, is this enough? But he finally gets enough strength to muster out of that move. Hits him down, and now going back with the forearms once again. The picture perfect. And close to the rope is a place you don't want to be, because then you get met with a DDT, the draping DDT, and you can just see, just look at the gushing blood from Cesaro. This is disgusting. Referee, you should really call for a stoppage right about now, or Randy's gonna do it for you with the RKO. No, he gets out of it. STO from Cesaro. Down is Randy Orton. This could be ended right here, right now. German suplex. The entirety of Battle Club is now looking over, seeing what's going on. And a new German suplex. Cesaro is really feeling it. This could be looking to end this third German suplex. Welcome to Suplex City. And this is as far as it goes. Count to 3 because it's over. No, he gets out, even though 3 picture perfect suplexes, he kicks out like there's no tomorrow. Into the corner he goes, and a running European uppercut. Cesaro, new leash on life. He knows exactly what to do now. The blood has hits his eyes, angers him up. He saw the RKO coming, and now we're gonna see the gut wrench neutralizer, sending a message to Finn Balor that once again these are gonna connect, and you are once again going to stay down for the 3 count, as does Randy Orton. Thanks for coming. What a grueling matchup. And of course, why Cesaro turns his back towards Finn Balor when he's in the ring. That is a question I don't think we'll ever know. But because this is the stupidest thing he did all night. Because you know Finn is gonna strike with a 1916, and it's gonna happen again, ain't it? No, he sends him to the corner, ducks under, sling blade, and after a sling blade, he goes up top, because that is exactly what he does. Because you know what's coming now. He senses it. No, he looks at him, doesn't do anything. I don't know what's going on, but he drops an elbow instead. Finn having a second thoughts about his actions. I thought perhaps we saw... Whoa! Hang on! This is the theme of none other than American Alpha. Chad Gable goes over, takes out Carl Anderson, and now just stomps a pandemonium through the back of his head. Brings it out. I guess we now know what Cesaro and Chad Gable were talking about. Cesaro knew Finn would try something like this, a stunt like this, but now here he is, attacking with a German suplex, a straight jacket German suplex, and dropping a low drop kick as well, and an elbow. Carl Anderson is being hurt. And now Luke Gallows saw that Jason Jordan was going for an ambush on the other side and meeting him there before he can do anything at all. Clubbering him. But of course, Luke Gallows, he's tired. He's had a match tonight. And Jason Jordan is a fresh competitor and smacks him against the equipment tool shed. Straight elbow to the back of Luke Gallows' neck. And this is exactly what they need to do. Beautiful suplex. There's nothing better than having your the tag team champions on your side when you're facing people like this. A spear! A beautiful, beautiful spear. Sending Luke Gallows into obscurity. Cleaving him in half. And an Olympic slam. Down goes Luke Gallows. And here Finn Balor is going once again back up top, seeing as just what's happened, but Cesaro has not had time to recuperate and meets him with a knee of his own. This is exactly what Finn Balor did not want to happen. He did not see this coming. And how could you? Even I couldn't see this. Flips him around, gets out of there, flips him around, gets out of Gus Brand's neutralizer, and now rolls out of the ring. But Cesaro has put Finn Balor and the Balor Club on the run. This is really shifts the momentum. We've never seen something like this. And speaking of something like this, in the back now, Naomi and Charlotte Flair. They're going back. They're going at it. Naomi had a scheduled interview at this moment, and Charlotte and Naomi is beating each other senseless. Of course, this would happen. This show is just breaking down brawl after brawl, interference after interference. It's just what's happening. That's what you do when you have people that hate each other as much as you have here on Monday Night Raw. They do not like each other. It's all about championship and glory. That's all everyone cares about. And Naomi and Charlotte Flair, of course, has this last woman standing match coming up at the Money in the Bank pay-per-view. And Naomi, oh no, no. Don't tell me she's about to suplex her through the table into the wall. And Charlotte Flair is hurt. Charlotte Flair, this really backfired on her. Here she came trying to get the upper hand with an ambush on Naomi, and she couldn't do it. Naomi's almost like he saw it coming. But Charlotte fighting back. Of course, the winner of the last women's standing match has a date with either Alexa Bliss or Becky Lynch at the next pay-per-view, which will be the SummerSlam pay-per-view for these girls, because after this it's fully loaded, a SmackDown exclusive pay-per-view. So all the Raw superstars want to have another pay-per-view until it's SummerSlam time. But who needs pay-per-views when you have backstage areas like these to fight it out, get a hold of your emotion and just kill each other? Brings her up, an atomic drop. And Naomi now. She wants Charlotte Flair up. Charlotte saw it coming. Perhaps it was a rare view or something like that coming. And now a chop. Try and go for a chop, but Naomi saw it coming. Flings her around. And a beautiful, beautiful neck breaker. And Charlotte Flair is down. But she's not out. But after a chair shot like that, she is dropping the chair on top of her. And count to 10 because this match is now over. Xavier Woods having a little chat with Renee Young. But here's our man, GM Joe. This is exactly what will happen at Money in the Bank. She will dish out a beating. I will take it head on. And then I will come back and win the match. It doesn't matter how hard you hit or how many times you hit me, because the fire that the WWE Universe provides will always, and I mean always, lift me back up again. Of course I foresaw this happening. I wasn't born yesterday. Of course Charlotte will sink down to ambushing me from behind. And Charlotte is predictable. And come next Sunday, I will capitalize on the opportunities she's gonna give me by being predictable. And I will make her look up at the lights as the referee counts to 10. And then the Glow will make sure the WWE Women's Championship will shine after SummerSlam. Thanks, Joe. Yep, you heard it there. Naomi is fired up and ready to go. And speaking of ready to go, we are about to have Money in the Bank qualifiers. It's a tag team match. And oh, Curtis, you should really turn around because behind you is the one and only Lone Wolf Baron Corbin. He warned Rock about this. If every spot to get into the match was filled up, he was gonna make some people pay. And this is exactly what he meant. Because we were about to have a tag team match with Curtis Axel and Sin Cara taking on Roman Reigns and Heath Slater, 4 guys that has had opportunities to get into the Money in the Bank, but has failed. They will get a second chance. And Baron Corbin, he is not about second chances, he is all about his first chance. And Curtis Axel is the one that's being punished for this ordeal. And he just collapses on the ring. He just collapses. There's nothing he can do. First night back on the job for Baron Corbin, and he makes a remark. Oh no! He's approaching the apron, the ringside, the edge of the ramp. I'm sorry, my words. But he fought better with just powerbombing on the ramp itself. That's hard enough, and now makes his way to the ring. I guess he takes his spot. But nonetheless, Sin Cara's new tag team partner, I guess, is now Baron Corbin. And Baron Corbin is teaming up with Sin Cara for a chance to get into the Money in the Bank ladder match. But one dude that has a real big issue with that is the big dog himself. And it is Roman Reigns and his yard. Can he get into? He was really close against Kevin Owens, but Kevin Owens managed to get the upper hand once again. So now the question is Roman Reigns getting into the Money in the Bank match, or is Baron Corbin going to spoil his dreams? Of course, you have the young and hungry star in Heath Slater. Well, not that young, but you know, hungry. He got kids, he got dreams, he got hopes. And one of those dreams is to become Mr. Money in the Bank. And in order to do that, he has to go into this match. He has to win it. And how do you win it, you say? Well, first and foremost, you have to qualify for that match. And you do that by pinning either Baron Corbin or Sin Cara. And just Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns staring holes into one another. We all remember that beautiful triple threat match between those two and Randy Orton at Backlash, where Roman Reigns speared Baron Corbin through the barricade, making him go out with a minor rib cage injury, coming back now. And Corbin tagging in Sin Cara. I don't know how big of a target that is, because now he's not in control. I would have thought he would want to be in here. But Roman trying to go after Sin Cara though, blocks it and just kicks into the hamstring. But gets caught. One clubbering blow from Roman Reigns and you're put down. And Roman Reigns just backing off. He wants Corbin. He doesn't want Sin Cara. He wants Corbin, and his shoulder tackles him to hell. Of course, Roman Reigns, former American football player, and now going straight jab to the throat. And now here comes Corbin with a clothesline of his own. And back in with Sin Cara. He does not want anything to do with Roman Reigns at this very moment. And Sin Cara once again just tiptoeing around the hamstring area of Roman Reigns. And now punches into the chest. It was supposed to be Curtis Axel and Sin Cara, the two dudes that lost to Dean Ambrose in a handicap match. Ambrose is in the Money in the Bank because of that. But I guess Corbin did not make that happen, as the makeshift duo of Sin Cara and Curtis Axel does not have another match to showcase their skills. Instead, Heath Slater and Roman Reigns, still the duo that was advertised for this, gets another chance. And I don't know if this is better or not, because at one hand, Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns are kind of equal in that regards of strength and stuff like that. Sin Cara, though, trying a cheap shot on Heath Slater. Heath Slater wants none of it. Overhead belly to belly. But I think Sin Cara and Curtis has more chemistry than what Baron Corbin and Sin Cara does. And Roman Reigns and Heath doesn't have any chemistry at all. Never teamed before or anything. But this sleeper hole could put Sin Cara to sleep and put Baron Corbin's and Sin Cara's dream of getting into the Money in the Bank ladder match to a big stop. But Sin Cara managing to slip out of it. As he slips out, we go into commercial break. Because earlier tonight, it was The Miz taking on Kalisto in one-on-one action. Well, one with Maurice as manager, and you see this just the skills, technicality and agility from Kalisto, jumping up Topicon Hero on The Miz on the outside. The Miz would eventually get back in there with his pattern corner clothesline, bring Kalisto down to the ground, dropping him as well, connecting with a big boot. But Kalisto, he had some fight left in him. He knows that if he beats Miz, one person that has challenged for the United States Championship, he could be very much close in regards to being #1 contender. But The Miz trying some underhand tactics, trying to stop him, couldn't do it. Maurice with distraction, throwing in a chair as well, and just a chair shot. Down went Kalisto, and after a chair shot, it was pretty easy pickings. Skull crushing finale connects, and The Miz and Maurice, The Miz and Maurice would be too much for Kalisto. That got the 1, 2, and 3 count. Miz picking up some steam again after his loss to Tyler Breeze at the Backlash pay-per-view. Of course, he won against Tyler Breeze last week and is now in the Money in the Bank pay-per-view, taking Tyler Breeze's spots. But is that going to matter in the end? I guess we'll find out soon enough. As now Corbin and Slater is in, and Corbin, just the quickness, meeting Slater with that running clothesline. This is just a slaughter. Slater and Corbin. Corbin just is one of the most vicious men we have here on the roster. Slater, well, he doesn't have the same drive when it comes to hurting people, which you have to have when facing Baron Corbin. And you see there what? Planting his face down in the canvas. And this could be called for an early night for Heath Slater and Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns. End of days. Look at this. Slams him down and is in for the pin now. 1, 2, and Roman Reigns in the nick of time gets there to end the pinfall. Of course, that is allowed once every match. And now Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin. Corbin won the nothing of Roman Reigns. Maybe a bit frightened over what happened at Backlash, but now Roman Reigns got in there with a distraction, and now Slater can get on the offense. He tries to beat him down. When Corbin got distracted, he now has the upper hand and drives him down. Impaling DDT. This could be enough. Back he goes, and there we go. Sleeper slam on Baron Corbin. He wants him back up. He wants the finishing touch. Brings him in. Up he goes. DDT. It's over. Slater's gonna do it. Slater's gonna do it. 1, 2. And Sin Cara. Sin Cara is there. Sin Cara was there to break the dreams of Heath Slater Once again, he got milliseconds away from going to Money in the Bank. Almost making the biggest upset of the year and pinning Baron Corbin. But instead, now Slater mounting a comeback offense on Sin Cara. Slater brings back Corbin and now senses that he needs to put this man away. And to do that, he needs Roman Reigns. But Baron Corbin gets out of the corner. Throws him over to his corner. But Sin Cara is nowhere to be found. And Slater fights back a bit. Corbin goes for straight right hand. Slater saw it coming. Counters with his own. Brings him over to the corner now. And Corbin fights back with a right of his own. Just runs, steamrolls over Slater. The much lesser man. Corbin stands tall yet again. And Slater manages to get the tag into Roman Reigns. Corbin just let it happen. I guess he wants Roman Reigns after all. He wants this to finish this the proper way. But when you haven't fired up Roman Reigns, that is the most dangerous thing you can have in this company. Straight right hand, down goes Corbin, and Roman Reigns is locked and he's loaded. As it goes the Superman punch, down goes Corbin, and this could be enough. He picks him up to see the position. Big boosting down, no. Corbin gets out of the way, steamrolls over Roman Reigns, and now he only wants one person, and that's Sin Cara to get into the match. But Sin Cara still feeling the beating he took earlier, being dazed and confused. But that doesn't matter when Roman Reigns just gets dropped with a straight right hand. Baron Corbin with a momentum shift. He still wants to go for Sin Cara. Perhaps he's more hurt than he lets on. Of course, he said his ribs wasn't quite feeling it just yet. He could be aggravating his injury by staying in for too long. And now Sin Cara is there to end this all. Dropping elbow. Sin Cara, all he has to do is hit one big maneuver. Finish this off. And springboard moonsaults could be just the thing he needs. Going into the pin now. Just a 2 count. An early 2 count. 1.9 even. And Roman Reigns slips out of the hole. Slips out of Hell's Raw. And runs there with a spear out of nowhere. A collateral spear. Just killing Sin Cara and Roman Reigns and Heath Slater is going to Money in the Bank. The spear from out of nowhere. I did not even see the spear coming. He just gets there. Slips out of the head scissor hole. Gets some momentum off the ropes and a huge spear. A more beautiful thing I don't think I've ever. Yeah, I'm lost for words. That was a beautiful spear. Such an inventive spear. That's the thing about spears. They can hit from anywhere. And as we close off this show with Heath Slater and Roman Reigns entering the Money in the Bank. Oh no! Corbin is not happy about the result. He thought that all the damage he did would be enough for Sin Cara to get the job done, but I guess it was not. And Sin Cara is now paying for it with an end of days, actually busting it open. It's hard to see underneath the mask, but you can see a little bit of blood dripping out. Well, Corbin, I mean, this is really your fault for like tagging him, Sin Cara. That's the thing about tag team matches. You have to have the trust of your partner. And I guess he had, but he didn't have. But Sin Cara just went up to the task at this moment. That's the thing about Roman Reigns and Spear. They can hit from any place, anytime, as well as these end of days. Can hit from any place, anytime. And that's 2 end of days. And Sin Cara must be dead. And oh no. Oh no. No. Oh, I thought I was going to go for the end of days on the outside. That would really mean the end of days for Sin Cara. And oh, I spoke too soon because here it goes. End of days on the concrete floor. And that, my friends, is how we end this episode of Monday Night Raw. If you did enjoy this episode, please do remember to leave a like, share, favorite, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and press that bell notification button so you get notified next time WWE Universe Mode hits your screen. And if you did enjoy this episode, please stay tuned. We have a lot more to come. Next episode is SmackDown. with the first of the semifinals of the WWE Championship Tournament. Stay tuned for that. It's gonna be epic. See you guys then. Bye.